Hi guys, in this video I will be changing the struts. I'll be putting in quick struts on a 2001 Ford Escape. Now this is similar procedures for anything from 2001 to 2011. So this pertains to those cars. This is the front passenger side, which is the right side. So let's do this. First things first, take off the cap. Each car is a little different. And zip those are 19mm in these cars. Impact it off. Now if you don't have an impact gun, do this on the ground first before you raise the wheel up in the air. Oops, wrong way. And don't do that. And folks, don't wear rubber gloves when you're doing this. I'm just an idiot. I'm too lazy to get my other gloves. Pop the wheel off. If it doesn't come off, just start kicking it. It'll eventually come off. Next order of operation is 4 10mm nuts, and you also have these over here that are 10mm that hold the bracket in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. And I'll meet you guys in a second. Make sure you have a tray for all the parts you're taking off. Sorry. Let me also show you one more thing. Let me rephrase. These here are 14mm nuts, and this here is 10mm for this bracket. Alright, those are off on top. Next thing is take this off, and I'm going to spray some Croil. I'm also going to spray some Croil on the clip over here that goes to the brake line. And there's a bracket that this ABS sensor goes to. Now, in order to take this, I don't know if you could see that, to take this off, what you gotta do is, this is the end link that goes to the shock, the strut over here. I'm gonna actually go behind the shock and pry this way, put some tension on this, because there's nothing in the middle here. Some cars have an Allen keyhole here, but this one doesn't. So I'm gonna put tension so I can actually impact this off. So let me do that. Like I said, put a pry bar in the back so you can put some tension on this bolt. When in doubt, bigger pry bar. And kill a spider. Actually, to make my life a little easier, before I round that out, I'm just going to take this brake clip off. And there's a little slot in there to put a little pry bar screwdriver and just yank it out. Whoa! Came right out. Push down, pull out. Big pry bar, put some tension on that. Actually, you know what? Let me take that small little. And that's holding the actual bracket for the 10mm bolt for the ABS wire. Now let me go attack that again. Like that. That was pretty stubborn, if I may say so myself. And that's the end link. And I'm just going to grease that bad boy up. The dust boot came off, but it's not a big deal. So just put it back on. While I'm here, I'm also going to grease the bottom one as well. Alright, finished greasing the end links. Now I'm going to change. I'm actually going to take these bolts out, but before I do that, I'm going to jack up from underneath the control arm to hold the tension in with the actual spring over here. And I already took the mount nuts off, so let me do that with the jack first. Let's do those. Spray them with penetrating lubricant. Make sure the straw doesn't come out. These are 18 millimeter. And don't tack these back on. You should torque them. Torque wrench. I'll show you the next part of the video. Now what you could do is lower the jack. This whole assembly could lay forward. And you could just grab it, try to finagle this out as you're wiggling it. Comes right out. And now the strut. You could lay this forward. Strut should come right out. I do that. Alright, that's everything. And the new piece, make sure your parts look the same. And stay tuned for my part 2 of this video of how to replace a strut and a Ford Escape. Thanks for watching. Okay, what I did basically, I just put the strut in place, and on top I held it with one hand over here, and on top I put the actual nuts in. I threw it in with my hand. Then next this was off the jack, so I was moving it back and forth to catch these bolts through. So now I'm going to start putting in the other bolt on top. And these are hardened bolts, so when you get these replaced, make sure they're hardened. It's in 10.9 metric. And I'm putting some red thread locker on here with a lock nut and a washer. And these go down to 85 foot-pounds. So I'm going to start it with my regular ratchet on one end. It's 18 millimeter. Then I'm going to use my torque wrench to put it down to 85 foot-pounds. Set your torque wrench to 85 foot-pounds. So that's good. I'm good here, done. Now I got to put back Gotta put back the brake bracket. It just lower it down and slide it through like that. It just goes underneath and up. And there's a clip for that. In. Then you got your end link over here from your sway bar end link. You thread that in here, and you could just up the jack, pump up the jack so you can move that into place. As you can see, I don't know if you can see there, it has a little bit right there where my finger is, right there. It's gotta go in there. So let me jack this up. And as I jack it up, I'm going to keep an eye on it to make sure it's going to line up correctly. Jack up from the control arm underneath. I think it's there. In, and be careful, it's very greasy. Now there's a little trick to doing this. Find a nut for it. I believe that's 14 millimeter. For that. Now the trick with this is you gotta hold the back in place so it doesn't turn while you're turning the front, because there's no, some cars have Allen heads over here, this doesn't, so it's a little tricky. You gotta hold the back against the back of this strut, like with a pie bar, and start. To tighten down. So let's try that. impact that on. I'm not gonna go too far in though. I don't want to damage this. It went in a little bit, but I need more. So I need more leverage. Let me get a bigger pry bar. So I set my torque gun to minimum torque, and what I did was I used a pry bar against the actual shock behind it and against the stabilizer link and pushed it backwards really hard. Then I impacted on. So as you can see here, I don't know if you could see this up here, that was a little bit of a bitch. So I can imagine that'd be easier with hand tools. Alright, next, just putting these little brackets back on. This is a 10mm nut. Hey, it's going good. Yeah, no problem. I spent almost the whole day looking for bolts. So I just got back. I'm literally putting the last bolt on this side, so I'm gonna start the next side now. Okay. Well, there's a tab that this little. I think that's it. These two bolts, the bolt back here for the stabilizer link, and the bolt that holds this bracket and slide the actual brake line in. And now the top bolts up here are torqued to 35 foot-pounds. These up here, 35 foot-pounds. And that concludes installation of a strut on a 2001 to 2011 Ford Escape. Thanks for watching. And subscribe to my channel, it's free to subscribe. Also, you can check me out at NewYork3rdGen.com. It's NYTHIRDGEN.com. And like my videos, just like underneath. Thanks for watching, take care.